100 days, 30 minutes, 5 edits, and 1 manuscript. This week, we've been talking about how to edit the manuscript that you've been working so hard to draft. If you've been writing 500 words a day, then you will eventually get a finished draft that's ready to edit. So this week has been all about what to do when you get to that editing stage. And today is the last of the 5 edit system. For the last edit, you want to polish everything. It's the final polish edit. It's the one that makes it perfect and ready to either submit to a traditional publisher or makes it ready for you to hit the upload button with a self-publisher or maybe a vanity publisher, whichever one you're using. This is your last pass through the manuscript to make sure everything is perfect. Are you feeling the pressure? If you are, that's really normal at this stage. Often the butterflies will start as you get really close to ending because you're about to hand that precious manuscript over and it's going to be out of your control. So if you're feeling nervous, that's really, really normal. In fact, that's a good sign. It means you care about the quality of your manuscript. So here in the final polish edit, before you even start that edit, I highly recommend that you have someone else read your manuscript. Whether it is a partner or a friend or other friends, maybe you're lucky enough to have beta readers. You may even hire a proofreader. You can do that fairly affordably these days. And I just strongly recommend that someone else put eyes on your manuscript. Because we write in such a way and we are so familiar with the manuscript by this point that we know what we intend it to say, but that may not be exactly the way that we wrote it. And so other eyes will catch some of those mistakes. Other eyes also have knowledge that we don't have. Maybe you have a friend or family member who's really good at grammar and punctuation. Well, great. We want them laying eyes on the manuscript. So once someone else has looked at your manuscript, another trick that I have found that's really helpful is to load your document into another kind of software. So as an example, I write my manuscripts in Word, but you can upload them onto Google Drive, and the different software programs will see different mistakes. They'll catch different things. And so I learned this the hard way. I had someone give me some feedback one time that said something like, I'm sure you'll already catch this, and they pointed out a mistake, but I hadn't caught it. And in fact, I wasn't even looking in that case on Google Drive for other mistakes because I assumed that I had caught them. That's why you need someone else to proofread your manuscript. But that's another way to get professional software to look at your manuscript as well. There are paid softwares that could be helpful in this as well. It's just another way to have other eyes on your manuscript catching mistakes. And maybe those other eyes are better at the grammar and punctuation and sentence structure than you are. So once you've had other eyes on your manuscript, once you've used another software to get extra feedback, go through and make all of those changes and do a final read through to make sure that it is perfect. Now, I recommend that you read the entire manuscript out loud, including everything that's written in a table or any visuals that you've included in your book. By reading it out loud, it slows you down and it makes you really consider the words that you have used. If you're reading silently and you've skipped a word, one of my favorite errors, then you're likely to skip over that word as you're reading it silently. But when you read it out loud, it's not going to make sense to your ear that's listening if you have skipped a word. So reading it out loud is a really good way to do this absolute final edit and make sure that your entire manuscript is polished and ready for a publisher.